What's going on, beautiful people? This is your boy The Magician, and welcome to the 2+2 show, where I talk about the things and the lessons I've learned throughout the day and sometimes throughout the week, and I try to share it with you guys. So, my main reason is because, first of all, I want to make sure I record these just to keep them on record. And the second part is, I remember a quote that goes like, smart people learn from the mistakes they've done, but the really sharp ones, they learn from the mistakes of others. So if it is a mistake, I already made it for you, that's why I'm sharing it. But if it's a gem, that's also why I'm sharing it. But take it with a grain of salt. I'm not a life coach, disclosure, and I'm not a guru. I'm just a guy on his journey, building a company. I have a startup, and this is my story, and this is what I've learned today. So let's get started. Every day when I wake up, I listen to Louis Howe's podcast, School of Greatness, and after I make my bed, as I am brushing my teeth right before I take my shower. That's kind of my moment. And today he was talking about memory and stuff like that, and this really short part of the podcast caught my attention, which was there was this girl that started reading 30 books. She read 30 books in 30 days.
Jesus Christ.
That's crazy. There's a lot of people out here that can't even read a book in 30 days. She read 30 books in 30 days. She made it a habit to literally read a book a day. That's crazy, right? Okay. And another thing, this is kind of my personal story. For the longest, for a long time, a really long time, really long time,
2,000 years later.
Really long time, I've been trying to make going to the gym a habit. Now, 4 years ago it was a habit, then stuff happened and then I dropped off. And I've been trying to get back to that, but there's been a lot of stuff. I moved away from my old place, now the gym is further, and so many things. And I was like, how about if I can work from home? And then it's very hard to actually build a habit when you're at the home. It could be very hard, but also very easy. The problem with me is I was like, I can work out at any time. Before, there was a set schedule. I had to go to the gym before it closed and after I get off of school, work, or whatever, right? And the only thing is I've been trying to do from 0 pull-ups, try to get to 80 or 70, 70 to 80 pull-ups a day. And people would be like, no, don't try to do that. Small steps, really small steps. And I was like,
no, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
I did end up hitting 70, 80 pull-ups a day. Not all at once though, but still, going from 0 to doing 80 pull-ups a day, and this is how I did it. If you guys go back to the first girl, there's these two things that I call your whys and your cues, okay?
Stay on my P's and my Q's, yeah, stay on my Q's and my P's.
No, not P's and Q's. Your why and your cues, okay? So your why. So if we go back to the first story about that girl that read 30 books in 30 days, you know how she did it? She read 30 books about cancer because her mom had stage 4 breast cancer. That was why she was reading 30 books in 30 days. Legit. So you tell me. That was her why. She didn't read those books to make money. She didn't read those books for some result. The result was to get her mom off of cancer, but that was her why. That was very deep. That it overrode every excuse that she had. So your why has to be that deep. You know, mine is to like, there was this little girl that I saw on Instagram. She had cancer, and she was very young. And for me, she's my motivation. Like, she struggles every day at a very young age, man. Very young age. So, like, I want to feel her pain, you know? So that pushes me to kind of do it. And second time is your cues, right? So I don't know what cues the first girl used. They didn't talk about that, but let me tell you what I did is you can break a habit, you can make a habit with a cue, right? So for me, a cue is like, I've been trying to also make my bed in the morning and make that a habit, and I figured out a cue. And you can also reverse this and, you know, use it to break your habit. So the thing is, like I said, to even break a habit, you need a very deep why, and then reverse the cue, and then you'll be able to break it. But what's a cue? Like, for example, for me, I've been trying to do like 70, 80 pull-ups a day. And I was like, what can I use as a cue? So I was like, going to the bathroom could be a cue, right? Not going to the bathroom to use the bathroom, just like walking through the door of the bathroom, like to wash my hands, use a towel, or, you know, get some tissue or whatever it is, right? So that's a cue. So I was like, I probably walk into the bathroom like 9-10 times a day, right? So I was like, every time I go in, before I go through the door, I get up, I got my pull-up bar, and there you go. I just like pump like 8, 9, and then I drop and go to the bag, get what I'm doing, and get out, right? And making my bed, for example, for me, it's been like, you know, waking up. How many times do I need to make my bed? Once, right? When I wake up, waking up is a cue for me. As soon as I jump out of bed, why do I want to do that? And let me tell you my why for that. My why is because, like, I cannot function in a room. Like, if I leave my room messy, I'll procrastinate. I will not be productive. If I'm not productive, everything that I'm trying to do just falls out, and I'm not trying to have that. So this is it. Know what your why is, know what your cues are, and that's it. And to break a habit, for example, I don't know, like food, right? There's a lot of people that like use food to kind of like get out of a situation, or they just have a bad habit of just eating food even though they're not hungry. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you're trying to break that habit, literally right before you crave, I'm not talking about like breakfast or lunch or, you know, or dinner or whatever, but just like craving just like a huge meal when you don't need it, right? Like in just indulging. Realize what that cue was. A cue could be stress, it could be anything, like it could even be music. I found myself going on Instagram impulsively when Russ or Tory Lanez were playing. When I was listening to that on my headphone, I had this like impulsive reaction to just go on Instagram, and I really analyzed that because like the reason I know that is because every time when I work, I have my headphones on. As you guys can tell, my desk is over here, and I didn't know why like I would go on Instagram every time, like impulsively, and I caught myself doing it. I was like, I was really trying to identify what the cue was, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I couldn't figure it out because the song was still playing, and then it went, and then it came back, and then it came back again and again.
Losing control now.
And I was like, okay, so these two people, I can't literally listen to them while I'm working, because it'll make me want to go to Instagram and kind of, you know, we know how the story goes from there. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Also, if you guys want to interact with me on Instagram, my username is magicianthe. And yeah, if you guys want to also know what I'm gonna learn tomorrow, it might be a mistake or it might be a gem. Might as well just go ahead and subscribe if you want to. But with that being said, Magician Nation, take care. Love you guys. Au revoir. Ciao.